Oh, choo-choo! Choo-choo, motherfuckers!
There we go. Oh, another hype train. Thanks very much, guys. Welcome to Friday night, episode 29 of Sins of the Past, Eberron Sins of the Past. Thank you. Let me just wind back here. Thank you very much, Gablagle. Thank you, Stinker2. Thank you, String Socks, for all renewing your subscriptions. Thank you, Mongshaw, for the bit spam. Thank you very much, guys. Here we are, 9 months, 10 months. We're almost to a year. We've almost been streaming D&D for a year now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I can't believe
Not this campaign, but definitely.
Yeah,
it was like, what was it, July or June?
I think we started Humblewood in like May or something like that.
Really? Well, it's been over a year for that. Well, let's have a look.
Yeah, we did like 9 episodes of Humblewood, and then we started this one. We're on 30 episodes. Almost.
Oh my god.
God, why haven't you given up yet, Josh? Jesus.
Going fast. Giving up on what? Giving up
Right?
on you? Giving up on my giving up on my party?
This is just what happens when Josh DMs for Justin and I. The campaigns go for like infinity amount of time.
I'm feeling a little blue. I just need to fix my white balance. Go. Better. Alright, well, I have nothing further to add, except that next week we'll be taking a week off, because we'll all be in the same place, in the country, all together. Having a rad old time.
My God. Right, I'm going to finally meet Justin's face for the second time, because I can't remember the first time, because I was in the paddling pool.
We just got to level 2 of the hype train.
Oh, choo-choo! Choo-choo, motherfucker!
Is that what you do when you're a streamer? You get a hype train, you make noises?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, thank you.
You make noises.
You make noise. No, I'm very grateful, guys. Thank you very much. So grateful, I'm gonna auto too.
Where'd you get that from?
Thanks so much, guys. Let's keep this train rolling through the intro, but in the meantime, let's hit that intro music. Let's kick it off. Alright, so, where we last left off, having apprehended the Oni named Belzenkor, you took her back to the city of Vralkek, where she was taken into custody by the Vralkek Council. The Medusa named Despina met you soon after Belzenkor's interrogation, revealing that she believes that Belzenkor had accepted the aberrant serum from Oren Demadani, unaware of what it actually was, and had seemingly been used by Oren as a patsy for his experiments. You received a sending from your confidant, Parker de Deneath, telling you to meet him in Shan. You then journeyed back to Shan by boat, courtesy of the Knoll Captain Philip and his ship, the Sea Bitch, and rendezvoused with your Boromar clan handler, Banksy, and Rook's adopted brother, Reese, who had been safekeeping your apartment while you were gone.
Whoops.
After catching up with Reese, you headed to the rendezvous with Parker, who explained that Oren had seemingly returned to Rock Base and had cleared it out before his airship headed northeast. He then showed you a copy of the Korenberg Chronicle newspaper that claimed that Korth, the capital city of Karnath, was experiencing a wave of cult activity. With this coinciding the fact that Korth is where Oren's organization, the 12, is located, you put two and two together, and the next morning boarded the lightning rail bound for Karnath. Along the way, there was an incident on board with a swarm of voracious insects escaping from a shipment of compost in the cargo hold that attacked the passengers while they were sleeping. You have now arrived at the rail terminus in the city of Korth. Parker has somehow procured you all forged identification papers, and you are in the line to pass through screening and customs. Going up my... So, stepping off the train in the Northlands of Karnath. The weather is still rather chilly here, up in the north. It is late spring or mid-spring, but some of the snow has still not melted. There's slushy spring conditions in the streets as you emerge from the lightning rail, with a light rain pitter-pattering down on your heads. Parker has presented you all with your forged identifications. 3 of you just being dragon-marked heirs arriving in the city on business purposes, and Ronan, you are a warforged sellsword looking for work.
What's my name?
Oh, I told you last week. You guys could come up with your own aliases.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Okay.
Just before we go on, thank you, Mongshaw and Ustika, for the continued bit spam. Not sure what your... It doesn't tell me what your totals are on. You may... Mongshaw, you may have unlocked an emoji there. Maybe, I don't know. You use the flump emoji? I know it's 1,000 bits to use the flump emoji. And you unlock it permanently, too. It's nice. Right, so... The 4 of you join the line behind Parker, heading past the booths that screen incoming passengers off the lightning rail to enter the city of Korth. You see many armored soldiers patrolling and guarding nearby. The lions, the city guard of Korth, in their shining armor with the lion engraved into the chest piece, all of them carrying great axes and longbows. Oh wow, we just hit hype train level 3! Thank you very much, guys.
Woo!
Oh no, we just finished the hype train at level 2. That's what we did. Thank you very much, guys. We unlocked the hype train emoji. The city guard seems quite efficient at admitting people, and the line is moving through rather rapidly. They take a brief look at Parker and Rin's identifications in front of you, and a few of the other House Beneath sentinels that came along as well, riding on the train, would have admitted with Parker. Eventually it comes up, who's first in line here? What's your marching order in the line?
I'll be first.
Alright. You walk up to the booth. A set of iron bars across a small window, separating you from one of the city guard on the inside. This one not dressed in armor, dressed in a military uniform. He looks at you with a very stern look on his face. Identity papers, please.
Hey, mate. Name's Jimmy. I make locks and locksmithing tools for people. I'm from House Kenneth. People call me Jimmy the Lock.
Yes, very good, very good. Any modifications on your arms I should know about?
Can he clearly see my arms?
He can clearly see that you have robotic arms, yeah. But...
Oh no, these are stock standard issue. Nothing too crazy about them.
Right, well, seems to be in order very well. Move along. Next, just before we go on, thank you, Freedom13, for the raid, coming in hot. Thank you very much, guys. We just started our session, so tune in, enjoy. Sit back, relax. You just missed the hype train, unfortunately. It just left the station. But, thank you so much for the raid and the continued support, Freedom13. I appreciate it.
Alice is able to step up next if no one else wants to go first.
Sure.
She kind of steps up and just points her head up high a little bit and hands her papers over.
Right.
Jeanette Gainsborough.
Gainsborough. Says here you're
Gainsborough.
Says here you're a Deneth heir.
Yes.
Why Gainsborough?
What do you mean?
Well, most dragon marked heirs have the last name Deneth in your case.
Oh, don't be silly. Don't be triflove. My family changed their name in such a way to not be seen as one of those trifle little families. You know, the privacy is what we need.
Yet you still flaunt your dragon marked background on your identity papers?
Why, yes, darling.
What's your business here in Korth?
I'm here visiting, seeing the sights, and being here.
It says here you're on business.
100%. My business is mine. I didn't know there'd be such a rigorous interview ceremony as we go through here. I might have to have words with my family after this. What is your badge number, sir?
Roll a deception check.
Oh my god.
Well, it's been nice knowing you, Alice.
Still 3 episodes left.
Oh god, I rolled a natural 20 on this, but it didn't go through to the other side. Doesn't count because it was non-fan. Come on. Why isn't the plugin working? Oh, it's what? Oh, for God's sake, it's not coming up. What was it again? Perception?
Deception.
Deception.
Ah, deception. Okay, well that's perception. Not going to do much better at deception. Yes, darling.
Alright. I'm afraid we're going to need to know where you're going to be staying in the city.
just please. Does that count as Alice just making a bolt for it?
The reception here is absolutely dreadful. I'll be moving on now.
You're not going anywhere.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, you've got everyone's pictures out of whack.
No, I have not. I am who I say I am. I'm so sorry about that. Something happened with Discord and it just closed and I had to reopen it.
Timing was impeccable.
Parker
Was
steps, Parker steps over and steps in front. He's like, I'm sorry, I apologize. There was an incident on the train last night. Yes.
Yes!
Yes, I heard about the insects. Yeah, she has a bit of a phobia, and it's set off a bit of, she's a
Hysteria, if you will.
hysteria.
Yes.
Can we, look, so I'll take her straight to the Enclave and see if we can calm her down. Rolling a deception check for Parker.
I didn't think this would be this hard. I did it as a joke, and now the joke has bitten me back. Oh.
Yes, see that you do, and I think I'll send a detachment down to check on her tomorrow, I think.
Oh my.
Yes, sir. Apologies. He sort of grabs you and starts pulling you away behind him. He's like, what is the matter with you?
I don't know what came over me. I'm sorry. I've always wanted to be something like that, but I guess I can't. My apologies. Quick.
Honestly, I expect better of you, Alice.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry. It's just told to put on an act, so I just thought I'd give it a go. I'm not, you know me. I'm not used to acting up this way.
Go,
I'm not
eyes
really
ahead,
step my
move.
foot in it. Yep. Hello. Waves at another guard.
Who's next?
You going, Ronan? Or
No.
Alright, well, I guess Sarah will go forward.
Papers, please.
He hands him over.
Mr.
Harris.
Arista Madani. See? You're on business.
Yep.
Right, seems to be in order. Carry on.
Thank you.
I guess Ronan now walks up.
Papers, please.
There you are.
What's your name on the papers?
My name is Onyx.
Nice.
That works.
Onyx. I see.
The name I chose after the war. Yes.
And who did you fight for in the war?
I fought for the previous land sire.
See his eyebrows sort of cock at the mention of sire. He's like, very well. Good luck finding work then.
Thank you very much.
Well, that went smoothly.
Mm-hmm.
No consequences at all for later.
Oh my god.
Thank you very much.
God.
Thank you very much, Toke Fiend, for the 9th month, my friend. Enjoy your you got the brisket. You got the brisket badge. Thank you for the support.
I got some brisket right now.
And so you move out of the terminus and into the railside district of Korth. As you move through the streets, you see the Khan architecture. Lots of great stone buildings, lots of symmetry, lots of obelisks and towers. Seems to be their thing. The people in the streets, not quite somber, but they seem very disciplined. Streets are clean. People seem to move from A to B without sort of dawdling, and conversations on the street seem to be short, jocular. Up ahead, you see Rin and Parker standing out the front of a store, waiting for the four of you. He's just sort of like shaking his head slowly, making eye contact at Alice as he approaches, as you guys approach.
Alice is like hiding her eyes. Just, oh, that's nice over there. Ooh. Like, I'm sorry, I thought I'd had to put on some sort of act. I'm not used to this kind of thing.
Right.
Espionage and all that.
First time in the city, I guess.
Yes.
Right. Well, I should go check in at the Enclave. Rin here is going to take you guys to a tavern. Safe place. Down in the Low District Ward. Alice, would you come with me to the Enclave?
Yes. Certainly.
I'm just going to bring up my the pic of Parker here, just for those playing at home.
Ah,
I can't
okay.
remember what he looks like.
He's a beautiful man.
They're a power couple, let's be real.
High power.
Right. Well, we shouldn't be too long, so meet you at the tavern.
Thank you, Parker. And
See you then.
try keep her out of trouble.
He heads off up the street with Alice in tow. All the other three of you. Rin turns to you. So, right, let's go. Does anybody need anything on the way?
Nope.
All right then.
I have my weapon, my weapons, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We still got a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, didn't get taken in customs. Then we're good. Yeah.
Alice is going to stay a step behind. Parker.
Right. So Alice, Parker leads you. You head through the Commerce Ward, passing by many storefronts, businesses, through the Community Ward, and down to the Dockside District. See, even boats coming in seem to be scrutinized by customs. Plenty of soldiers down on the boats, patrolling and guarding. Up ahead, as you get just in front of the sort of border between Central Community and Low District Ward, you see house beneath enclave growing in size as you approach it.
Mm. Ooh.
A large tower ringed
wow.
by a circular fortress. As you approach, there's a large gate with an iron portcullis that is currently open. You walk through. The guards at the front spot Parker's dragon mark on his shoulder as he sort of pulls his coat back to reveal it. They sort of give him a nod. Who's that?
I see them do.
Oh yeah, go for it.
I was gonna say, seeing him do that, she kind of like flicks her mullet up and just kind of shows the back of the neck.
Yeah. They show you the same regard. They give you a nod. You pass through the portcullis and into the inner courtyard of the ring wall. You see there's, even despite the rain, many house beneath sentinels sort of sparring against dummies and each other with various weapons. A few mages in the corner sort of having target practice alongside the archers, using one slinger cantrips. Parker turns to you. Just a quick visit to the armory. Catch up with a friend.
That's fair. I'll be right behind you.
As you,
She's very soft and
he sort of like, he slows down his pace so that you're walking next to him. Listen, Alice.
yes.
Your question a while ago, you asked me about your parents in Ringbriar. And
Yeah.
I failed to give you an answer at the time.
What did you find out? Oh, what do
I'm
you know?
afraid they left Alice a few years ago. Sold the tavern to a Galanda who's running it now. Renamed it. Refitted it.
Gathered as much. I asked Rook and Zero about it, and they said they didn't recognize. The name was completely different, and they told me that someone else had taken over, and that didn't sound like my parents.
Yeah. They somewhere in the Eldine Reaches, I think they're gone. Wanted to find somewhere quiet, away from, it all. The war starts again. I think they wanted to be far away. Something about wanting to start a farm.
She kind of laughs at that, thinking about her parents, like actually running a farm. And, well, I guess best to them.
Listen, Alice,
Yes.
what do you remember about your childhood? I mean, when you were really little.
Not much. I remember, helping clean the stuff in the nothing before like maybe the age of 5 or 6. It was, hanging out with the family, and when I could, I was running away to hang out with Cardiff. That was about it.
Yeah.
Like,
Anyway, here we are.
sorry.
Sort of entered the the main tower inside. You've taken a few turns through the long hallways, past many dragon marked heirs sort of going about their business. You enter the armory. You see it's part blacksmith, part like giant safe full of quality weapons. You see inside sort of a hulking man in a leather aprons outfit. Turns around, a large chiseled jaw, stubble on his face, and an enormous mark of the sentinel sticking out of his apron on his chest. Parker! Yeah, alright. How you doing? It's not bad. Here for a sword then, I hear. Yeah, the sword. Afraid I'm having some issues with mine. I think it might have hit end of its lifespan. Of course. Well, I have it ready for you, of course. Yeah. He sort of walks out the back to the armory area and comes out with a large cloth-wrapped blade. Almost identical to the one Parker's wearing on his back. There you go. On the house, of course. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, mate. Be seeing you. So picks up the sword.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah, go for it.
I just want to read the behavior going on right now, and I'm gonna throw on top my Sentinel intuition. So that's 16.
Yeah, there's definitely something going on between the lines at the moment. It's a very strange conversation that they're having, and it is very abrupt and businesslike, but casual, but friendly at the same time. And you just, there was some mixed messages getting thrown around.
Alice kind of scratches the back of her neck to just kind of hide the glow as she activates her power.
Parker turns and sort of gives you the nod to exit the room.
It was lovely to meet you. And follows. Parker?
Yeah.
Who is that man? How do you know him?
Old friend. Served together during the war. But, talk more. We'll tell you what's going on when we get outside.
Still not really believing him, and just nods and follows.
You go head back out to the courtyard. He sort of tucks the sword underneath his coat. You exit through the portcullis and out into the streets. Sort of picks up his pace. He hurries across, heading southwest towards the Low District. You follow him. A few minutes later, you arrive outside a sort of a large tavern built in to the western wall of the city. A sign above the tavern, and this hanging wooden dark stained wooden face shaped like a warforged face. The tavern's name, the Lost Bulwark. Alright, here it is. Others should be here already. You enter inside the Lost Bulwark, the tavern, a large stone-walled building. Inside, a tiled mosaic floor, brightly lit by magical candles and crystal chandeliers. You see that there's many sort of works of art dotted around the room as well. Paintings hanging on the walls, a few sculptures sitting in small alcoves. Behind the bar, spot a halfling, clearly standing up on a box, slick back hair and a large dragon mark laid across his face. And in the corner, the other three party members sitting with Rin at a table.
I have to say, there is big business in people making stoops or small ladders on bars for halflings that own taverns. That is an industry that no one has thought of, because they all end up standing on boxes. There's a gap in the market here. We must exploit it.
Parker leads you over to the table with the other three. Alright, settled in.
Mm-hmm.
Aye.
He pulls up some extra seats. Pulls one up for you, Alice, and sits down. Right, food, drinks. Why have you tucked it in yet? Food is quite good.
Didn't think it would be polite without you, mate.
I'll have a coffee.
Just
Sure,
food
mate.
for me, thanks.
I'll just get the usual bacon and eggy.
You order some food from the halfling. He sort of comes over and he's like, anybody like some of the ale. You're all from out of town, yes?
Is it
Please.
good ale?
It's fantastic ale. Karnath produced some of the best ales in all of Corvair.
Yeah. I'll give it a red hot crack then.
Oh, what could I get
And-
you? The Bone Broth Pale? Volsbane Dark? Or Northwind Lager?
Oh.
I'll take the lager.
That sounds like not a bad choice.
Like one dark, one
Dark.
lager.
Thank you.
Coffee for the Warforged.
Pint if you can.
Yes, please.
Alright, coming right up, my lords.
I say, Ronan's feeling very jealous that he can't drink anything after hearing those names. He's never been before. Those names particularly sound.
Just die again, and you might have to now eat.
So, Parker. Not that I'm ungrateful that you decided to come with us and help us, but what exactly do you think you guys are gonna do here? Like, because
Well-
we're not even sure. So I'm just.
Well, he sits down and sort of opens his coat, pulls out the greatsword. He's taken the wall seat and he sort of like glances around. Just kind of like leans the sword over to the wall and thumps the hilt against it. The hilt snaps off unexpectedly easily. He sort of picks it up off the floor and pulls a rolled up piece of parchment out from inside it and unfurls it. He has a quick read and sort of sits it down on the table and slides it over in case you want to look at it.
Of course.
Going a little peer over, so.
It's,
Got a handout for this?
I do not actually. But
Oh.
I've been reaching out as quietly as I can through the Deneath ranks, mostly just on war buddies, guys I know I can trust. Asking them about this cult stuff that's been going on here. You see that the paper is a dossier on the Von Lark the Von Lark family, who you remember were mentioned in the newspaper that you saw before you came to Korth, a noble family that had been supposedly butchered by cultists, according to the tabloids.
Damn.
Now, the Lions are being pretty tight about the crime scene where the Von Larks were killed, their mansion.
Yep.
I've got the lowdown on patrol routes and guard shifts. I know you're something of a detective, Zero. What if I can get us into the house where it went down? Maybe you can find something.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully. I mean, I just wonder, if this was intentional, then whoever took these people out probably will have covered their tracks.
Hmm.
But I mean, there might be. There's only one way we're going to find out.
Right, good. Well, we head out tonight. I've also got someone looking into where they've taken the bodies. And if we can't get a cheeky peeky. The barkeep brings over your drinks and food. Right, and will my lords be staying for the evening as well? Yeah, we'll need room for 6 of us. Like, very good, I'll have them prepared.
Well, thanks for putting us up like that, Parker. Didn't have
Thank
to,
you.
mate.
Again.
I'm paying for you.
Oh, sorry. I
She
just
kinda
assumed
laughs a little
because
bit.
No, that's alright. We can pay.
Yeah, you can.
It's just
God damn it, Rook.
what? He just put us up for the night. Didn't even ask us.
Right, well,
It's alright.
you got the afternoon, do what you want, explore the city, get some rest, and we'll meet here after dark.
Alright. Thanks, Parker. I'm gonna walk away. And then motion for Sierra to come over.
What?
I don't know, mate. It seems a bit weird, right?
What does?
I don't know, Parker, he seems... Like, why does he need us to investigate this thing for him?
Oh, because we have a lot more information about this than he does.
Yeah, but he knows we're on, like, a very specific mission, right?
Well, I think he's just trying to help us as much as he can. Besides, like, we have no leads here other than
Yeah, but it's the whole
we
point of
know
coming
that some
here.
people in the 12 are involved, but we need something more than that to kind of act on. We can't just waltz up to them and have a showdown in the middle of the street.
I mean, technically we could.
Oh,
We
really?
could, but
No, I mean, you're right. Just seems a bit weird. It's alright, we'll do some investigating.
well, if it makes you feel any better, I'll keep an eye on it.
That would make me feel better.
Is it just Alice and Ronan at the table?
I guess so, yeah, the other two are at the bar or whatever.
Okay.
This is a nice coffee.
Alice is just kind of sitting there, just kind of looking at her drink. Just yeah, this is one of the finer lagers I've had. Whew.
Yeah, so wish I could have had one.
Does that? I know it's one of those questions you don't really ask Warforged, but does it bother you watching us eat and consume?
To be honest, it hasn't been bad until this exact point that I hear those beers and something just sort of clicked, and then I wanted it and I couldn't have it. And, yeah, so just let's stick with the coffee.
How long has it been since you were created?
20-something years.
It's roughly
Oh,
30, roughly 36.
Oh, really?
Sorry, did someone talk in your brain, or did you do a quick calculation?
Yeah. So yeah, well, there you go.
Mm.
So about
You're
36.
just
Yes. No, I was built for black oppy
what was
stuff.
What was the war like? I know a lot of people don't like talking about it, and
It was violent,
when I was,
bloody,
Oh.
and it was awful.
who said that?
I could say it better than myself. Parker.
I didn't know Parker was still here.
Yeah, he's been sitting there the whole time.
Oh shit, Parker! I thought you left. I used to always have the soldiers coming in after the war, and they'd always be a little bit disturbed, as you know, Parker. And so I just hear the worst of it, which I'm sure is the majority of the war. But I always had that niggling feeling in the back of my head that I didn't do my part.
Be glad for it. Parents
Yeah,
gave
I
you
agree.
out for a reason, Alice.
I know. She
So
kind
they
of
should have.
away. I know. I know the war was horrible, but I still feel the guilt.
There was no
I was
glory.
in a-
There was no best parts. There was just blood.
And death. This coffee though, really, I don't know what they do with the beans here, but sure, get on this.
They import them, I'm pretty sure.
Ah,
Not
That's
really
fine.
Alice
a
is
coffee climate, you know?
Alice is just staring at the dregs of her pint.
I don't really know much about the cultivation per se. It Just the aroma.
I'm gonna go for another. Oh, we lost one.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh, he's back. He's back. It's alright.
Alice gets up and goes and gets another pint. Or a yard glass if they serve it.
You get up and go to the bar. Rook and Zero still standing over there.
hmm
Yeah, if it makes you feel better, I'll keep an item for you.
yeah, it would. He's I don't know. He's been acting a bit strange. Ever since we got near.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. You might be just a little bit.
Maybe I'm
On
just a bit
edge?
jittery. Yeah.
Anyway, we'll watch him.
Yeah. Something in the water, I think. Make me feel funny. Does Alice manage to procure a yard glass? Because if so, Rook would also like a yard glass.
There is no yard glass though.
Damn it!
There is just like a bigger glass you can order, you know, like big boy size for when the occasional, you know, dramish figure like rolls through and they need bigger mugs. You get so
I will take one of those.
there's pint and then there's dramish pint.
Okay.
It's basically a bucket.
So,
Alice just ordered a dramish pint.
Yeah. I want two, please, if that's all right.
Sure. How much do you weigh?
I don't think it's...
Rhetorical
is that
question. Don't worry.
600 pounds.
Coin is good. I'll give you as much alcohol as you want.
All right, mate. I'll give him. How much does a dramish pint cost?
It's it costs. Don't worry about it. We'll just roll it into the cost of the stay.
Okay, yeah, the others can help pay for it. I get it.
no.
Can I get one of those poles that people carry 2 buckets on and go back to the... Yeah, I
Can we
presume
use
it-
our currency here? Sorry, just quickly. We can see most of our coin is in Relish, right?
No, it's Galifar currency, so it's good in all 5 nations. Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's just drum, we couldn't use it, right?
Even
We
the
were
drum.
using drum as well, I can't remember.
Yeah, drum didn't mind either.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
Widely
yeah,
accepted.
cool.
Well, it's precious metal wherever you go.
Yeah, true. What time is it now after all this drinking and heart sharing?
It is. It's late afternoon. Does anybody wish to do anything with the rest of the afternoon?
Alice will pull
Yeah.
Parker over once she has finished this bucket. Pull her to the side. Pull him to the side, sorry. Just Parker, may I speak to you for a second?
He looks around nervously. You notice as he sort of meets your eye, and he's like, "Yeah. Well, what's up, Alice?"
I got the sense from she's a little bit inebriated at this point. I got the sense that you weren't telling the truth when we saw your armor friend, and I would like an explanation, please.
You already saw me pull the dossier out of the weapon.
No.
He was slipping me info.
Oh, I didn't see the dossier. Okay. Don't it. She looks a little bit upset at this point.
What's the matter?
Kind of looks down. Talking about my family and where they went. You introduced me to someone. It's got another dragon mark. No. Part of me was like, you know, that small fairy tale. Oh, your parents weren't really the Quakers that they were, kind of thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Look, Alice, I'm sorry for dropping that on you. There's no.
That's fun.
I don't think there's any
It-
real good time to do that. Follow me?
Yeah, but it's okay. She kind of laughs a little bit at herself. Just like, I almost believed that you were going to say that they weren't my parents for a second, but
Roll an insight check.
an inebriated one.
Yeah, no dice. Too inebriated.
She kind of gets close and goes, Okay. I'm sorry for presuming. You know, the hopes of a what was once an adolescent girl thinking that, you know, the parents aren't who they were and there was some far thing of honor and, you know, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's just full silent.
He sort of leaves the conversation. A few minutes later, Rook Parker approaches you when he gets a chance to catch you alone at the bar. Listen, Rook.
Parker, mate, what's up?
I know you're a Shan boy, but did you ever happen to travel much? Meet many more of the Canets?
I mean, I ran a few errands here and there, but I'm not really very far out of Shan.
Right.
Why? Are you looking for someone in particular?
No. No. Don't worry about it.
Can you do this in front of Ronan?
I don't know. What's Ronan doing? Just sniffing coffee at the table, or is he?
Yeah, you know, just sort of just chilling with his thoughts, I guess.
He's kind of. This
If
was
it-
like he made like a point of getting Rookers, away from everyone.
Yeah,
as he
okay,
could.
cool. Yeah.
I mean, I can help you out, mate, if you're after one of my cousins or something.
No,
Not that I really know who my cousins are, but
no, don't worry about it, mate. It's all right.
sure, mate. It's not an issue. I can have a sniff around if you like.
No, all good, mate. And he walks off abruptly.
I'm gonna, if at all Zero is looking over, I'm just gonna look at him, be like,
Sorry, does Zero notice that?
No, he made a point of getting Rook. Oh, do you notice? Well, Rook would get your attention eventually and make that face.
No, sorry.
Right.
Does Zero notice that Parker and has drawn Rook off to the side? I know he took him. Yeah.
Roll a perception check. Laid fate to the side,
Excellent, excellent.
Do you get your do you get intuition dice on that one?
Nah.
Oh, it's insight and
insight
investigation.
and
Yeah, you did notice.
yeah. So as soon as Parker walks away, I was watching.
yeah. Give you a very obvious.
Mm.
See what I'm fucking talking about? Shady as fuck. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, and that look, he's doing something
Yeah.
suspicious. You're not quite sure what, but there could be something behind it.
But I'm also trying to not express my face necessarily. So more like just like,
Is Rin still at the table?
Yeah.
I guess Ronan would be probably talking to Rin then, yeah. War stories, killing things.
Yeah.
Being strong.
Yeah. She loves killing
Yeah,
things.
what's-
So,
Yeah, I think we get along quite well.
you guys pass the rest of the afternoon meandering around the tavern.
what time is it at the moment? 6:30 p.m. Okay.
yeah.
Would there be like a magic shop in this city somewhere, and would it be open at this time?
Well, you could choose to go there earlier if you want, before it would have closed.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I probably wouldn't have gone there immediately. Just like if I had free time, like maybe tomorrow morning or something.
Okay.
I know it was nearby. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there is a magic shop in the city. Actually, speaking of the 12 earlier, I forgot to mention, as you guys made your way across the city past the hub at Central towards the Low District Ward, you passed the Tower of the 12. It's pretty hard to miss, because it's hovering in the air above a lightly wooded park in the center of the district.
Holy, what
That
the?
is very
It's
cool.
a 13,
Wow.
13 floor tower hovering
Jeez.
roughly 100 feet in the air, crackling with energy constantly.
What was that in? Sorry?
What? The central ward.
Central Ward.
Yeah, like right in the center.
Yeah, mad. That's sick. Yeah, I guess that little bing bing.
We did it, guys.
It's like one of those things that you used to like open up as a child and it springs back into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Way to not be involved, Sarah.
So I'll give you the rundown of what's in the city. So, Temple Ward, there is one of the biggest temples of the sovereigns in the 5 nations there, the center. Yeah, the Tower of the 12 is in Central. As well as this, most of the dragon-marked houses have enclaves here. One of the 3... So the leadership of House Cannith has been contested since the Day of Mourning when Sire was destroyed, because the patriarch of House Cannith and his heir were both killed when the mourning happened.
Ooh.
So ever since then, there's been 3 barons contesting leadership of House Cannith unsuccessfully, because they're all tied in sort of votes on it. So Merrick's de Cannith is the one that your mentor Rollo worked directly for Rook.
Yeah.
He was primarily responsible for the creation of the Warforge during the last war. There is another Baron who is in the Enclave in Undair, and the 3rd Baron is in the Enclave here in the city. A man named Zorlin. You're familiar with his name, Rook, but not much else about him.
Yeah, I would kind of, I hope, be aware of this a little bit. Do the leaders, like these 3 leaders of Cannith, talk to each other?
Well, they do,
Necessarily?
but they're kind of like rivals.
Yeah, yeah. So they wouldn't really be looking for.
You don't expect that.
No.
Yeah, that they'll be on the lookout for you, unless they're in cahoots with directly in cahoots with Oren. But,
But unlikely.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Thank you, Savage32, for renewing your subscription. And don't worry, tier 1 is fine, my friend. I appreciate the support. Thank you. But you, in regards to the Enclave here in the city, Rook, so you know that since, roll a history check for me. Roll a history check.
History. 16.
Alright, so you know that Zorlin de Cannith was sent to Korth at some point during the last war, as a sort of envoy here in the city once House Cannith started distributing Warforged to the other nations. So he came here to oversee like the distribution of Karnath's portion of the Warforged, and then just kind of ended up entrepreneuring himself his way to the top job here, eventually becoming powerful enough to become a baron.
So he's basically trying to seize the leadership of House Cannith.
Yeah, well, all 3 of the barons
On top of the
are
barons.
contesting to be the patriarch or / matriarch. The only reason one of the 3 barons hasn't claimed the title yet is because there's sort of a council of elders, and at the moment they're locked in a three-way tie for voting the leadership. They've been locked that way for 4 years.
Is that because the other two barons have like weaseled people on the council into their favor, or just because?
No, it just kind of happened that way.
Right. So Merrick's doesn't necessarily have a greater claim to the leadership than any of the others.
One of them does have a better claim. They're all sort of distantly related. Like the direct heir of the patriarch died with him in the morning, and now all three of them have like an indirect relation to the previous patriarch. It's like, you know, my cousin's daughter or something like that, and yeah. The one of them does have a strictly better claim. I'm pretty sure it was the Baron that lives in Arndare. But regardless, it's been locked in a three-way tie for 4 years.
Okay, cool.
Alright. So night falls. Once it's dark, Parker rounds you guys up. Right. Are we ready?
Let's do this.
Parker and Rin pull up their hoods and lead you guys out into the streets. You walk through the rain up to the River Crown ward. So, as I was saying earlier, below these orange borders on the map, the wards of the district are separated by bluffs, sort of short cliffs that are in sort of tiers, getting higher and higher as they lead away from the water, sort of providing natural walls to waterborne attacks to the higher districts. You guys board an elevator and head up to the River Crown district. You make your way through the streets. Seems at night, you know, streets are pretty scarce. Not many people are out walking around in the rain. You see regular patrols of the Lions coming up and down. You approach an estate high up on the hill, the outskirts of River Crown towards the gate. Parker sort of casually turns to you guys and leads you to a sort of alcove nearby. But there's going to be a guard shift change any minute now. You can get in. You'll have an hour to poke around. Then during one of the patrol routes, there'll be an opportunity for you to get out.
Wait, what about you? What are you doing?
I'll stay out here and keep an eye out. If it looks like trouble, me and Rin can create a distraction.
He's still got my sending stone, right?
He does.
Yeah. You just give us a bell if anything happens, right?
Yeah, likewise. He points out a little... So it's there's a 6-foot fence around this estate. There's a small courtyard in front of a 2-story sort of marble-walled mansion. You can see up the side of the wall, sort of away from the view of the front, but where there's guards patrolling regularly. It looks like there's a lamppost that could provide sort of leeway to getting over the fence quickly, with a little bit of athleticism or maybe some creativity from you guys. Seems to be the best way in.
Well, sir. You're the investigator. Okay.
Sorry, can you just explain that to me one more time, Josh?
So there's it's roughly like 6-foot iron fence around the estate.
Yep.
There's sort of only tall object next to said fence, you can see is there is a Everbright lantern post a few feet away from the fence on one of the side streets.
Okay. And how easy would it be to jump from the top of that post over the fence?
It would be an athletics check of a certain DC.
If I had to guess, easy, moderate, difficult, what do I think it would be?
A 0?
Yeah.
Moderate to difficult.
Okay, so let's not do that.
Is there any buildings next to the estate? Like, so we can get onto the roofs and then jump onto another roof that's close?
There's not really. They're pretty sparsely set out.
Yeah, I thought there might be.
Ronan, could you climb this fence?
Yeah, looks doable. Can
And then
you climb this fence?
Well, no, but if you climb it, you can then sit at the top, and you can hold like a rope for us and help pull us up as we climb.
Ah, it looks. Aren't those metal spikes at the top?
You're made of metal.
It still hurts.
You reckon if I cast like one of those floating discs that I can make, it would help us clamber over?
How high can it go?
How does your what's the limitations of your enlarge reduce? Is it on a creature only?
Is
No,
this a
I can
humanoid?
cast it.
Pretty sure.
No, it says.
Oh, no,
I can
sorry.
Cast it.
Flashback to
I-
Pathfinder the other night.
I
Yeah,
can read
that was
it verbatim
a
for you.
high disappointment.
It says creature object.
Yeah.
So,
What are the? So this iron fence, like,
Yeah.
poles.
With
What's the
spikes.
gap between them?
A few inches. Or I will say, yeah. You wouldn't be able to put your head through it.
But what if we removed one of them?
And then the problem would be solved.
What are you thinking, Zero?
I'm just thinking, like,
what-
what if we enlarge reduce a single like bar of this? Is it gonna just like pop off the fence because its rivets will like bounce out, and then we can have a little gap?
That's some cookie smart cutting right there.
While they're discussing this, Ronan wants to, what's it called? Enact his ghost. His echo,
Okay,
sorry.
fuck.
Switch places with him.
See you in hell, candy boys.
You turn to look at Ronan again, and just his echo standing there at its place, staring blankly at you, and it dissipates.
What-
Ronan's
what do
standing
you
on the
think,
other side of
Ronan?
the.
Oh.
Ronan's on the other side of the fence.
He's done it again.
Oh, just toss me over a rope.
There's spikes on the top, man.
You can climb over when you get to the top.
We got a blanket or something. I've
Yeah.
got these fancy noble clothes. They could like serve as a.
What about the disc? Can you put the disc on top of the spike so you climb onto the disc, then off it on the other side?
How much weight does the disc take?
About quarter of a ton.
Alright, Zero will be light enough.
But that will
Does
work.
that mean you could just like put us on the disc and then hover the disc up and over the fence?
I'm pretty sure it
It's
just
like-
hovers.
Yeah.
a
5 feet off
certain
the ground or
distance-
something like that.
5 feet, yeah, a certain
3 feet
distance-
off the ground.
3 feet off the ground.
How high?
It's
Sorry.
kind of hard for me to control.
What's its
3 feet.
max
What if-
height?
What if we hold dirt
feet.
underneath it? Is that considered ground?
No.
Just
So we could stand on it though and be
It
3
can-
feet up, and then the fence is only 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
From there.
So we could just jump over it, which is what
Yeah.
I've been saying this whole time.
just I'm
Still
happy to go
quietly.
first to see how it goes.
No,
I'm
I think
trying to
that-
catch you.
Alright, you go first then.
right. Right. I will.
No. Sorry, I was hiccuping at the same time as talking.
Catch him.
So as long as you don't want to talk to my manager, Alice.
Alright, I'll summon a disc and then kind of stabilize it there so Zero can like leap up and over towards where.
Yeah, so I'll hop up onto the disc and then like kind of, if it's gonna like rise to its 3 feet or whatever, or if it's already there.
It's just
Sorry.
yeah, it's like a step up. So you just
I'm gonna
give me an athletics check to hop over that fence off the disc.
I'm really tempted to cast Hold Person on him as he climbs over.
Oh man, that's screwed.
So as he falls over, he just hits the ground, and then I just dispel it.
Ronan's prepared to try and catch Cyrix, who knows how bad he is at climbing. So he's
Can I
gonna be
cast my guidance cantrip on myself?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure you can.
Does that make a really bright light?
No.
It just gives him a D4 to his
Alright, well, I will do that.
hippity
He's so
hoppity.
great that he inspires.
I mean, he could just
himself to
bless
do
us
that.
all, and that'd be pretty. That'd be like a +1 at least. Isn't there a +4?
Plus
Bad.
D4.
Zero gets over without hurting himself.
Damn right I do.
That was very good,
17.
yeah. So he lands and he's like his old man knees do
I turn
that
around,
little
I
tremble.
look at I'm like, oh. I turn and look at Alice. I'm like,
Alice is gonna go next.
I cast Hold Person.
Roll athletics check.
I'm gonna throw my inspiration in with this just because I want to fuck you, Zero. You heard me. I do it slightly better.
Ooh, slightly worse.
Slightly worse, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one
Oh,
worse.
he did that.
He got 17.
Alright, Rook.
Alright, I'll take about 4 or 5 steps back from the disc and then do a running jump onto the disc, jump over the thing.
Come on, something spicy.
Oh boy. Alright, 11?
Alright, Rook, yeah, you get over. The one of the spikes nearly clips your pants. Fine. Land on the other side.
I'll dispel the disc.
Alright. And you guys are free to head inside. So it looks like there's a few ways in. There's the front door. They also have, you notice on the side of the building, they have one of those hatches that leads down to the cellar underneath. And then, you know, there's various windows and an upper floor balcony as well.
Is there any way up to the balcony? Like, you know,
Not
those,
besides climbing.
vines?
I've got my rope of climbing. Actually, do I
Any
still
lights
have
on?
No, it's a
Is
it's a
it
it's a
there?
crime. It's a
No?
locked crime scene. Like,
Ah, okay, yeah, cool.
it? Oh, I do not have the rope of climbing anymore. So I go down.
Let's go
Work
to
our
the
way
basement.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff above go up.
alright, you head into the basement hatch.
Yep.
It's a chain has been threaded through both door handles with a lock securely on it.
I'll pull out
Would
my
you-
thieves' tools.
Alright, go for roll a dexterity check. Add your proficiency bonus.
Do we want to implement those new rules?
Oh, is there anything regarding this in those rules?
Didn't we say if we had? Oh, I know. It's if we had like proficiency in sleight of hand and proficiency in thieves' tools, we could get advantage, right?
I mean, yeah. Well, you actually. Do you have proficiencies with both?
With thieves' tools, but not sleight of hand.
Okay, yeah, just normal then.
So I'll just do dexterity check with proficiency bonus from
Yeah.
thieves' tools.
Yeah.
So it's just this plus 3. Oh, if it would roll. Thank you.
It's alright.
11.
It is not enough to get it open. Look, you fiddle around with your thieves' tools for a bit, but
Shit.
Ronan's gonna try and break and
They got
just
good
pull the chain, you know.
roll
Beast
a
mode.
athletics check.
Oh,
Be careful.
where the hell is mine?
Your stupid strength. Sure.
19.
Yeah, that's enough, Ronan. The chain doesn't break, the lock doesn't break, but you pull one of the handles like out of the woods. It opens.
Well, that is one way to do it.
Oh, we're in now, so.
Right, you slide the door open and head down into the basement. So a set of stairs leading down. As you start walking down, instantly, musty smell meets your senses, and that smell of sort of dried blood, that really like iron smell, meets your nostrils. And you walk down into just a horrific sight, even though at this point a lot of it has dried up, but there are still bits of gore sort of scattered around. There's dry blood all over the walls. You see that it appears to be a wine cellar. There's racks and racks of wine racks on all four sides of the walls, and in the center of the room, what appears to have once been sort of a large dining set, chairs and table. Sort of the table itself intact, but coated with dry blood. Scattered on the table is multiple garden tools, kitchen tools, and a few other choice instruments that wouldn't really be classed as household objects on the table. The chairs themselves either tipped over, broken, scattered around the room. Bloody chains on the floors in some places. Sort of evidence on the dry blood of sort of smear marks across the floor, someone being dragged around. Blood sort of sprayed up on the wall, or even looks like painted on the wall in a ritualistic fashion in some places. What do you do?
Oh shit. Someone's at a party in here, haven't they?
Yes, it's quite awful. Well, Zero, I guess you've got the lead here.
All the things that are on the table, Josh, are they makeshift weapons by chance, or like just, household items repurposed as weapons?
Household items and looks like not makeshift, but looks like objects purposely made for the purposes of torture.
Oh.
What's that? Nah, not when it's streaming. Yeah, I guess
Okay. Can I guess from how many people were killed here? Like, are there, kind of big pools of blood that are separated?
So, from the newspaper that you read, you're already aware of how many people were killed down there. So it was, there was further articles on the inside. That's just the front page that I give you. So there's a bit more information. So it was the patriarch, von Lark, his wife, one of their house sort of keepers, cleaners / kitchen person, and 3 of their children.
Fuck.
Were there any survivors?
There was not. No.
Alright, I just want to have a look. Is there anything else in here besides, MISC torture implements?
Roll an investigation check. So you examine the blood splatter on the walls and the murals that are drawn in blood. You do recognize something.
Sight.
So you don't know what it is, but instantly when you see it, you recall seeing it somewhere before. You rack your memories, and then you realize that you saw this same sigil painted on the walls in the hall below the cogs of Shan when you raided the cultist gathering where they were pondering that enormous heart.
Yep.
Bruh.
Looks like this.
Octopus.
Cthulhu! Cthulhu!
The thin veiled lines between strange aeons and sin's past.
Grow thinner.
Yeah.
The cults that were mentioned in that article, Josh.
Yes.
We hadn't heard of them, had we?
It mentioned, so it said that the city guard were denying knowing of any involvement of cults of the dragon below, which doesn't refer, so cults of the dragon below isn't a specific cult, they're a group of cults
Right.
that dedicate themselves to one of the various denizens of Kaiba, whether it be like a fiendish
okay.
overlord or a member of the Dalkir or a demon, or yeah. There
What
are,
about the Emerald Claw?
so the Emerald Claw, roll a roll a history check.
Never heard of him.
I'll say, Ciro, you know from your work during the war that the Emerald Claw are a group associated with the government of Karnath, but that's all you know.
Hey kid, are there any secret rooms in here? I know you're good at finding those sorts of...
What? I mean, I'll have a look around, but
Meanwhile, Alice,
Hmm.
go check upstairs.
Alright.
I'm gonna cast.
Ronan, just
see...
keep doing your thing.
I'll keep watch.
Let's
I'm
start sneaking
gonna-
upstairs.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast see invisibility.
Okay.
And then start searching the room for secret doors.
Alright, roll a perception check for me.
That's a good idea.
Ooh, that's a 19.
What exactly are you going to check, or Rook? What aspect of the room are you examining?
I want to be, because you said all 4 of the walls in this place are covered with wine casks, right?
Yes. Yeah, wine racks. Yeah, with bottles.
Wine rack.
You see, there's plenty of smash bottles left over from the incident on the floor, like smashed glass. But there's still plenty of bottles on the racks as well.
Okay, so the main thing I want to be looking at is to see if any of these wine racks are set into the walls, rather than like
Separate.
rather than like loose cabinets that you can kind of slide back and forth, to see if they're like set in as in like a sliding door kind of thing. And to see if there's any distinct gaps between these cabinets, like to see if there's any, like where the cabinets kind of end.
Yeah.
So that there could be a potential wall open area in that section.
You see that all the wine racks just seem to be fairly mundane. They're in some places screwed to the wall so they don't tip over or anything. But as you're examining it, you peer behind one of them, and you see what appears to be on the rear of one of the bottles, inserted into the wine rack. It's sort of a metal fastening attached to like a glass loop at the back of the bottle. So like a glass loop set in the back of the bottle with like a metal fastening and a chain attached to it. And the chain leads into a porthole on the wall.
Nunchucks.
Is Zero still here, or is he?
I imagine we've like at least started venturing upstairs, possibly
Yeah,
already upstairs, depending on how long it took you to look.
Yeah, Sarah and Alice still meandering around upstairs.
Oh, Ronan. I found a thing here. I think we should wait for the others though.
It's definitely something.
We do only have an hour here.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to run up and get them?
Alright, you stay here.
Also, roughly, Josh, how long have we been here already?
Only a few minutes.
I
think we're making good time. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly chase after the others.
Okay. Meanwhile, upstairs, Ciro and Alice.
Hello.
You see, as you emerge up the stairs from the basement into a large pantry, which gives way to a kitchen area. And you see signs of struggle as you move out from the kitchen area, the dining area, to living room and entry foyer. Large set of stairs going upwards. Signs of struggle all around, sort of furniture knocked over, things shattered, things, paintings ripped off the walls. And you notice specifically, that a lot of paintings seem to have been ripped off the walls, almost every single one. The ones that aren't, you see are sort of heavily fixed on the walls, like large works of art, but even them, they seem to have been disturbed. They got like large slash marks on the canvas and they've been torn open.
Are there any that haven't been defaced?
No, they're either off the walls or defaced if they're still attached to the walls. You move around, there's, blood spatter like here and there in a few places. I'll just go off your previous investigation check. You look around. You see there is like a small glowing orb sitting on the floor. There's a fairly...
A drift globe?
Not a drift globe, no. A fairly common magical item. They basically just project images, like a photo album.
Oh, yes.
Look at this photo.
There's quite a few of them. A lot of them being knocked on the floor. But you see one still intact. Its illusion still flickering every now and then.
What is it?
You pick it up. It seems to. It's a group of men and women. A small group of men and women. There's 10 of them. They're just sort of standing on what appears to be the edge of one of the bluffs outside in the city, with the river behind them, forming like a nice background. You can see the city behind them down below, and it doesn't seem as built up as it currently does. It seems to be like a sort of settlement size. It appears to be a photo from the past.
As most photos tend to be.
Yes, but you see there is a plaque sort of attached to the base of it, with an engraving on it, and it just says the 10 founding families of Korth.
I'm gonna tuck that away.
Just before we go on, Yanti 1 coming in with a raid with 9 people. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in again. Thank you for your continued support, as always. And I intend on returning the favor, of course. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it. We're doing our... we hit 200 followers this week, so I haven't even mentioned this tonight. We're going to do our giveaway after our break in a bit. So giving away for any gamers watching tonight, a giveaway for a lucky follower. We're giving away a Steam code. There's going to be a wheel spin and everything like a game show. It's going to be amazing. So stick around till after the break. Alright, carrying on. Zero, Alice. At this point, Rook emerges up the stairs.
Guys, I found something downstairs.
Sweet.
Okay, this is where you're supposed to be like real excited that I found something.
Oh, I knew he would do it, Alice. You said that he wouldn't, but
Thank you.
I had no faith in him at all, and I am so glad he found something.
All right, Alice, stop being a twat, right? Let's go downstairs. What you found up here?
well, we haven't
think-
really seen a lot yet.
Yeah, you can give us an opportunity to explore.
Yeah, because I found something real exciting downstairs.
Then why would you ask? We only just came up the steps.
I
We saw
thought
one
maybe there
thing,
was
and then
something real crazy up here. I thought maybe you found something real exciting, but
well, there's a couple of paintings on the
not.
floor that are all ripped up, and if they're not on the floor ripped up, they're on the walls ripped up. Zero bent over to pick up some kind of picture frame.
Yeah, it's like this sick glowing illusion thing. Look, look, look. Zero like squeeze it a little, like try to activate it.
yeah.
So we're stealing family heirlooms. What are you up to? What have you found?
I found. this
Actually, I'm gonna
weird-
put this back where it was.
Ah, just come downstairs. I think I found it like an access hatch in the basement.
All right. Just we're downstairs to look at your thing.
Alright. What do you
I mean,
do?
by all means, stay up here, but. Alright, I'm gonna go downstairs and. If the others
Yank
will
the
follow.
chain,
Yeah, yank the chain, as it were.
Yank the chain.
as it were.
Alright. So you pull it out of... Oh my god. Thank you, Kitchy Dark, for gifting a sub to the community. Darth Trashman. If you're watching, enjoy your sub.
One of us.
One of us. You pull on the bottle. As it emerges from the wine rack, you see it, the label. It says Under Hills. Vintage 974YK. Very good year. But you hear, as you feel some tension as the chain resists it. Continue to pull on it as it comes out until you hear a clunk. From behind you, a rug, a very, very large Sarlonan rug sticking out from underneath the dining table. You hear a clunk sound that draws your attention, and you see part of the floor beneath the rug seems to have depressed.
Cheer up, Paul.
Alice will take a knee and lift up the rug.
You see underneath the rug, the marble floors have what appears to be a wooden hatch, wooden trapdoor hidden by the rug. You see that underneath the rug, this trapdoor, the chain seems to have unlocked it, and it's just sort of fallen inwards an inch, and there's sort of like a hole in it where you can, stick finger through and lift it up. You see that there is blood smears around the hole and on the top of the door.
Alice will draw her rapier. There appears to be blood down here. Or at least someone tried to get at this while something occurred. And she'll lift up the trapdoor if she can.
Right, so you lift it up. Beneath it is a small compartment in the marble floor, approximately 2 feet deep, and sort of 2 feet on all dimensions, like a cube. You see sitting in the bottom, all that seems to be in there is a small chest, and there is more sort of blood droplets on the floor of the compartment and sort of scattered on the top of the chest as well. Perhaps,
Alice will...
and also some like maybe a smeared fingerprints sort of on the top of it. Like someone with bloody hands has already been rummaging around through this compartment.
Alice will lift the lid of the chest.
So inside the chest, there is a large deposit of coins. I'll just check my notes here.
Nice.
Well, does Alice tell you about the big pile of coins, Ronin?
There is
I assume
Go
we're
on.
all watching.
100.
Yeah.
There is 190 pieces of platinum sitting inside said chest. It appears there is a few drops of blood on top of the platinum, as though someone has opened it and smeared bloody fingerprints on the outside of it. Before we go on, more community stuff. Thank you so much for the massive cheer, Savage32. That you would have unlocked the flump emoji there if you don't have it already. And I'm gonna have to make you a new icon to go next to your name, my friend, because I think that might be like a new tier of bits. Thank you very much for the support. Love you. Alright, go on. Sorry, guys.
Alice will shut the lid. And shut the hatch.
Are there bloody handprints on the... No, before you do. Are there bloody handprints on the inside of the hatch as well?
Yeah, there's a couple of blood marks on top of the platinum.
No.
Wasn't there?
No. But like, so someone who is bleeding has grabbed the outside, opened it. Is this... Oh, this is just a small, like, little culvert, isn't it, right?
It's like a small coffer or something, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, are there bloody handprints on the inside where they've, like, grabbed it and shut it?
Yeah. So from what you can observe, Zero, someone either bleeding or with someone else's blood on their hands has opened it, rummaged through it, at some point even opened the chest, closed the chest, put it back in, and closed the trapdoor again.
Yeah, they took something out. But what? What was more valuable than 190 platinum?
But yeah, once everyone's seen that,
information,
Alice
right?
will... Possibly a family heirloom.
Who knows?
Alice closes the chest, closes the trapdoor, and pulls a rug over the top.
Just gonna leave the money there.
100%.
Yeah, man, we don't need it.
It's not ours.
But isn't everyone who's related to this family dead?
Not
No.
necessarily.
Ah,
Thank you.
Come on, Ronan. Don't be so superficial.
Superficial? He's so superficial.
Sarah's gonna head back upstairs.
Yep.
And he's gonna use his Dragon Mark ability to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna like walk about the rest of the house.
Alice will similarly go upstairs and start investigating, looking at the marks, see if there's a pattern, see if it's just random slashes as in they're attacking, or if there's any kind of,
It does seem
See if
odd
it's
that they got
replicated.
every single painting. What are they of? Like, what are the subjects of all of these?
Yeah. I'll quickly throw my investigation out there.
Okay.
And I will add my... Whoop. Yeah, so
Alright,
13.
So most of the paintings in the house seem to depict, they're mostly of Karnathi origin. So they mostly depict scenes of military related things, armies clashing, soldiers, battlefields. A lot of grey and darker sort of tones painted on them. Not a lot of color. Nothing stands out about the artworks themselves in particular to you. But as you're sweeping the house with your Detect Magic Zero, you do get a ping of some sort of magic coming from the basement. So it leads you back down the stairs. You see, it leads you over back to the trapdoor compartment. And it seems that the There's the you just ping the spell into the chat for me, please? Yep. Full of magic. Alright, so it is and you learn it's School of Magic. So it is abjuration magic on the compartment.
I see.
It's like some kind of protective spell or something.
Designed by the looks of it to cloak what's inside.
I do start
Alice,
seeing
do you know how to
visibility,
dispel magic?
if that helps.
No, sadly I do not. My spells are usually a little bit more offensive.
Oh wait, fuck! I have prepared dispel magic. Yes.
I believe
can't
you
dispel
can
magic.
though. I believe you can though.
Just ping it in the chat for me, please.
Ping.
Spell magic. Choose one creature or magical effect. Any spell of third level.
Hey Carl, what kind of Doritos you eating? They're not Doritos.
Are you
Sacrilegious.
dying? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, you okay?
Doritos went on sale.
I
just swap-
believe you.
Yeah.
Doritos are
Probably,
always on sale.
There weren't enough on sale.
I can only buy 15 packets.
Yeah, it's you cast the spell Zero, and the cloaking, the non-detection effect on the compartment dissipates.
That was disappointing.
Well, I open the compartment up.
We already opened the compartment.
Oh,
up.
my compartment. Sorry. In my head, I thought we were upstairs and there was a compartment. My apologies.
God damn it. I want to go back upstairs and look at the painting.
Okay.
The ones that haven't come off the wall.
Yeah.
Like, I try to, like, remove one. Like, is it hiding something behind it, and that's why it hasn't come off the wall?
I mean, even if there was hiding something behind it, you'd see it because they've just been like slashed to ribbons and slashed open, like revealing the wall
Oh,
behind
right, so
them.
they're, like, completely...
On most of these paintings, so they all look like family members and stuff like that of this family. Are they, or...?
Some of them,
No, there are
yeah,
scenes of war, you said.
mostly scenes of war, but there are some portraits, and they're always men in like
Okay.
men and women in military garb.
There were scenes of war. They're quite in the favor of this nation and which side of the war they were on, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We could be looking at some
Maybe.
anti.
I want to
yeah.
go and... Sorry, I want to check for a,
That's
like, a
fine.
study or something like that.
Yeah, there. So you head upstairs to the second level. After looking, there seems to be several bedrooms. It looks like they have an upstairs dining room as well, and you do find a study. You see various signs of struggle upstairs as well. It looks like people were taken from both levels of the house and dragged to the basement by the looks of it. But you do find a study. Is there anything in particular you're looking for in there, or you just...
Journal, ledgers, like, letters, something that might be a kind of clue as to why these people were targeted.
Okay.
Aside from the fact they have a torture chamber in the basement.
It didn't look like the basement itself was a torture chamber. It looked like those tools were most likely brought in from the outside.
Right.
Yeah. So you rummage around the study. From what you gather from various documents sitting around, journals, ledgers, it seems that Mr. Eberron Lark was in the import-export business. You study his ledgers for some time, and you don't find anything particularly nefarious. Maybe here and there he was involved with sneaking some Undarian wine into the city. that's about as far as it goes in the sense of criminal activity. Mostly, he just seemed to be a legitimate businessman who spent most of his time not even working. Like the company just sort of functioned, and he just sort of ran it remotely. You do find, as you continue rummaging through his sort of more personal documents, sort of maybe like ancestors' diaries, people who had passed away, things like that, birth certificates, death certificates, and you do find he does have a like rolled up on a very large scroll, inside a large scroll case, his family tree inside. You sort of trace it back and have a look, and it looks like indeed his family was related, heavily involved in the foundations of the city of Korth, by looks of it, back when it was settled by Lazar raiders moving down from the north.
Does he have any like surviving immediate family members, like brothers, sisters, or other children that weren't in the house?
He does have surviving family members in other cities in Karnath. No one here in the city. You continue moving through these older documents that were stored alongside the family tree. You see that his ancestors during the settling of Korth were masons and miners, and they were heavily involved in digging and building the deep foundations of the city. Anything else you would like to glean?
Yeah, is there anyone he like was corresponding with a lot recently? Like, just trying to gauge if he has like a significant kind of business partner, or I don't know.
Nothing that sticks out.
Someone who hates him.
And then I'll just have like go and just have a quick check of like the other room, see if there's anything. Yeah, if anything jumps out.
Amongst the bedrooms, nothing jumps out at you in regards to the nature of his family's murder.
What was in... I want to go back downstairs to the living room where the hologram illusion thingy was.
Yeah.
In that picture, is there anyone like... Oh god, how do I say this? Does it have like the labels of kind of who the people are in that picture? Or is it just founders of Korth?
It doesn't have labels, no.
Alright, does this family have like an important family heirloom or something like that?
I mean, there's no documents or anything that points it out. Are you like looking around for valuables or?
No, I'm just trying to figure out what was in that chest that somebody took.
Is there anything about family history in those notes?
Well, I was just
more
wondering if there
than-
were like any pictures of, previous generations of family, like, with like, holding some kind of family heirloom or something.
or like a big necklace.
No, nothing that you can find.
Gotta be something here.
Alice is going to go back downstairs to the chest, open it up, and just kind of put her fingers through the platinum, see if there's anything hidden amongst it.
There's nothing hidden inside the chest.
Okay.
It's just
I'll close it
riches.
again. Cool. Alright. Close it again. Close the lid. Could I do an investigation check over the notes? Maybe I might see something that Zero is not.
Over the things in the study.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll.
Or... Ugh. Actually, it's going to be like a 14. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't find anything further.
Oh, it's 14. There you go. Yeah. Okay. It's very strange. Are there any bedrooms or anything like that that we haven't been through, or?
No, like you've gone through the place and the upper stairs. And...
Exhausted our resources. All right.
Ciro's gonna like sit down on like the stairs going down to the basement and just kind of. He's gonna have a ponder. Yeah, like why were these people targeted?
Alice will come sit down next to you. What are you thinking?
Don't know. I don't understand why this happened.
Why they were targeted?
Yeah. I mean, it looks like somebody stole something from that chest over there.
Do you think they could be possibly related to the stuff? It's obviously related to the stuff that you guys were part of.
I mean, it could be, but I just haven't found anything. We need more pieces.
Platinum piece.
No, we're leaving them downstairs, Rook.
No,
She
not
shouts
platinum
down the
piece.
hallway at you. Well, how much time do you think we've got left, Master DM? How long have we been in here?
It's getting close now. Like you've got a few more minutes. You can think of anything else you'd like to investigate while you're there.
I'm gonna head downstairs. That blood, those blood marks and that blood trail, does it lead anywhere? Or can I see blood leading maybe out via the way we came in? Or maybe leading to a front door or anything?
So from what you can glean, the struggle started in the house, both up and on the ground floor. Looks like the family was rounded up, perhaps beaten. There's trails of blood, drag marks heading down to the basement, and it looks like everything went down there. Once finished, there is bloody footprints leading out of the basement, up the stairs, and outside where you guys came from.
And do those footprints that lead outside from the basement, they just head towards the front gate?
I mean, it hits lawn, like once
And it's gone.
it's to the top of the stairs, yeah.
Can we see if they've jumped the fence or they had entry to the front door? Like, I'm not looking for blood now. I'm looking for like walking footsteps in the dirt because it has been raining recently, so they might have left some footprints.
Zero. How long does your detect magic?
An hour. Is it 10 minutes or an hour?
Up to 10 minutes.
Up to 10 minutes or an hour.
No, you can't. You
I'm gonna-
can't. There's no way of working out how they got into the estate.
Vampires. No, there'd be
Zombies.
there's too little blood. I mean, there's too
much.
Too much blood left over. Yeah. So it's not Dampier. We can rule that off. Could be.
Well, if we can't find anything here. Let's
Let's get at them.
just go straight to the source.
What do you think? What do you mean by source?
Oh, well, you'll see.
Fair enough.
Just we'll follow Parker's other lead.
Other lead?
Yep.
Alright.
And so the four of you leave the estate. Rendezvous with Parker and Rin back out in the streets. Right. What did you find?
Whole lot of blood.
Look,
Definitely.
not a lot. Something was stolen from that estate, and whoever took it didn't try to cover it up. Well, sorry. We found a hidden chest with almost 200 platinum in it, and another item was taken out of it. Something more valuable than the platinum.
To the thief.
To the thief. And they didn't want it to make it look like a burglary. They wanted it to look like they hadn't taken it at all, because otherwise they would have taken everything. So something that they didn't want anyone else to realize was gone.
Just remind me, Josh, what's Parker's relationship with this family?
Parker doesn't have one with him.
Okay.
So,
You just needed our help up here.
but yeah,
well,
we've kind of... Sorry, you finish your
Oh,
explanation.
well, he pointed out the newspaper to you guys, the fact that there was cult activity in Korth. You've been dealing with a similar thing in Shan, and it seemed to be related to Oren Damadani's activities. So he just assumed you guys might be interested. You were?
I was.
Yeah, so Parker, we've kind of come away from this with more questions than answers.
Right.
So I think one way we can get some more info is you said you were also putting out feelers for us to see the bodies.
Yeah. I got a man looking into it. Hopefully he'll come through with it to us tomorrow.
Well, I think that's the only way we're going to be able to get any further answers.
Right, well, I'll follow it up tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, I believe Alice has to head back to the Enclave, right? There's going to be a detachment of guards coming to check on you.
When are you returning to the Enclave?
Well, if that was required of me, that's what the guards wanted me to do, then yeah.
Didn't that border checkpoint guard say he was going to send some goons to check on her?
He did. Are you saying, when are you returning there? I'm asking.
Well, oh god, we might have already had to have been there. Huh. Yeah, I'm happy to return to the Enclave if that is what we're expecting.
But when?
Now,
Now? In the evening?
I guess they said they were going to come. Well, what time of the night is it? It's like 10 o'clock?
20
Yeah.
to 9.
20 to 9, so I'm sure Parker would have known that we would have had to go there earlier if we were under real suspicion, so...
Anyway,
Yeah, I mean...
there's nothing more we can do here, so let's
Yeah.
skedaddle.
Alright, so you're heading back to the tavern?
I think so, unless anyone else has other ideas.
Yeah, sure. I mean, like...
Not at this point in the night.
Alright, you head back to the tavern, rest up for the night. So you guys can long rest. The stay in the inn. Plus the food and drink ordered. 13... Sorry, yeah, 13 silver pieces each.
Sorry, Carl.
Yeah, that's right. I'll survive.
Will you?
Yeah.
You convert some gold into other stuff.
Alice, roll a perception check for me. Well, I'm gonna get rid of that spoil. Boom.
12.
12. You hear Zero loudly pass gas in his sleep through the wall. That is all.
Don't shame
Is it because
me.
he's sharing a room with Ronan, and I know Ronan wouldn't. I look over. I presume from that I'm sharing a room with Rook, and I kind of look over at Rook. Is Rook awake?
Definitely.
Did you? She'll turn over in her sleep and just kind of cuddle a pillow.
Alright, you guys awaken the next morning.
Fuck.
Open the window and look out upon the low district. The upper floor of the inn has a view of the King's Bay. See a overcast day ahead, scattered clouds rolling over. What would you guys like to do with the morning?
If I have time, I'd like to go find a magic shop.
Okay.
Alice is going to wait for Parker for her inevitable meeting at the Enclave.
Ronan will go with Rock. Unless he wants to go by himself.
No, come with.
Alright, so... Zero, what are you getting up to?
Nothing. Just gonna keep pondering what we found last night and trying to put the pieces together.
Alright. So the other four of you head out into the city. Rook and Ronan. You head on over to the Commerce Ward. What are you after in particular, Rook?
I was looking for a shield. Not anything in particular, I think, but just like some kind of magical shield. Whether it be like just a generic kind of +1 or a shield with maybe a bit more pizzazz to it.
Right.
In addition, some potions either of invisibility or maybe healing or like resistance, that kind of stuff.
So you wander around the Commerce Ward. You spot a shop front. From what it looks like, to be as an apothecary, sort of out the front, a lot of dry herbs hanging up. You see through the window cauldrons sort of bubbling, jars and jars stacked upon the wall, full of various things. The place is called the Catalyst's Guild. It looks like you might be able to find potions and such inside.
Yeah, I'll give it a red hot crack.
What are you after in particular?
If they have any potions of invisibility.
They do, but they are quite expensive.
How expensive is quite?
They are. Oh. So quite expensive. Potion of invisibility is a very rare item.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you right now, you can't afford it. And
What? You don't know how much money I got, mate?
You have.
I could be very wealthy.
Yeah. How many thousands do you have?
I got enough. What? How many thousands does it cost?
50.
Don't got enough.
Wait, a single-use potion of invisibility is 50 gold pieces. For
Yeah.
50,000.
50,000.
That's a lot
That is a
for a
lot.
single
That's
use.
insane. That's insane.
Seems to be wrong. I feel like that's
I-
not categorized properly.
No.
What if I just like cast invisibility on myself instead?
Yeah, it's a
Would that-
second level spell.
How would that work? What, is that okay? It's all right. Have you got potions of healing or something?
They do. What are you after?
What's the one up from the regular one? Greater?
Radar?
Are they the uncommon ones?
Yeah.
Because I have 4 of those. What's the one up from Greater? Furia?
Yeah.
Do they have those?
They do, but that's when they start getting expensive, the superior ones.
Don't forget that we're gonna need money to get back as well.
Radar.
That is. That's true. That's
Radar will
true.
set you back 500 GP each.
Yeah. Okay. And how much were our train tickets back? Were they 500 each or 1,000 each?
They'll be the same as on the way here, which was 1,000.
Maybe I should have taken that 196 platinum pieces.
Yeah. Oh, we don't need the money, guys. We got plenty of money. It's like, well, I have plenty of money to get home. I'm not sure about you guys though.
No, I do,
Fucking
because you're
shout
paying for
someone
me.
as well.
No, I can't afford. I can only afford for myself. That's my thing.
Alright.
Alright, maybe I don't need any potions, but I still would like to try and find a store that sells magical shields.
Yeah, I just found a table of sane magic item costs. Because that potion of
Right.
invisibility is just wrong. You could pick up potions of invisibility for 180 gold pieces each.
See, that makes more
180.
sense.
That does seem reasonable. Okay, if they're that much, I will buy one.
Look, I've always usually got invisibility ready to go.
I know, but just as a if I need it, then
Okay.
I'll always just have it there, always ready.
Fair. Oh no.
Actually, Ciro does have something he wants to do once you guys are done with their shopping.
Rook, roll a persuasion check to search for magic shield.
Whoops, that is performance, but it's the same as persuasion.
The same? Alright,
They're both +0. Yeah.
cool.
Not bad. Good size.
Alright, so you managed to find an armor dealer, a blacksmith. Shop is named the Jaranek family. They have a +1 shield for sale.
Ooh.
For
How much is this one?
500 gold pieces.
I mean, it is pretty well crafted. Tell you what. I'll throw in my old shield, which is pretty well crafted myself. I did make it. It served me a lot of use. And I'll give you a clean 450. How's that sound?
Roll a persuasion check.
That is an 8.
Best I'll do for you is 495.
You're a class act, mate. 495 it is. And my shield, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just skipping roleplay and the shopkeepers tonight so we can get through more content.
That's fine.
That's fair. Is it possible for me to buy a grenade launcher in town?
No.
I'm not
Alright.
kidding. It's an actual item that you can buy. I started just going through the list to see if yeah.
It's an actual thing.
Yep. And it's a common item, Josh.
Fragmentation grenade.
I think they're not intended for this setting.
What do you mean? It's Eberron.
20-foot radius.
If
you have
there's
to make
ever meant to be guns,
Dex
it would be here.
5d6 piercing damage.
Yep. Can you imagine that? Just Alice just kicks down a door and just produces a grenade launcher, like a China Lake looking grenade launcher, and just powers it down behind the bar.
Oh god.
Oh, that'd be
I
fantastic.
only hate that a little bit.
So, Josh, we'll have to discuss what my character class will be when we finally get to episode 33. It's a little bit themed now around this idea.
Ciro, what would you like to do?
I assume there is a university, or is there a library here?
There is one of the biggest libraries, the Tower of the 12.
Is it in? It's in like the 12 complex, though, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, not too keen on that one. Basically, like we've got all those Dalkir writings that we got from the foreman's place.
Yeah.
In Vralkek, and I want to get them translated.
Right.
Or try to translate them myself if I can.
Yeah, you
find
can try.
something.
You can try to do them yourself. That's the purpose of the book.
Yeah. Well, I would spend. Zero wants to spend time doing that.
Okay. Cool. Roll an intelligence check for me.
You know what? I'm gonna use my inspiration on this.
All right. Okay. So you spend the morning poring over this foul, flesh-wrapped home that you procured seemingly a Rosetta Stone between the Dalkir and the common language. You begin translating this Dalkir correspondence that you recovered from Belzen Core. Just one sec here. So it seems to be correspondence between Belzen Core and someone named Jorchalik. Roll a history check for me, Sarah. Jorchalik spelt with an X.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's what I
nailed
like
it.
to see.
Alright, so you can't quite remember where you gleaned this particular piece of knowledge, but at some point, whilst working for House Madani, a piece of intelligence crossed your desk. Something wasn't intended for you, but passed through you anyway. News from the Western Front against the Dramish borders that had been pushed back by Sorakel. And
Sorry, is that actually how you spell it, Kyle?
no, it's like this. With a little apostrophe after the Zor.
That's close.
Yeah, news from the Dramish Front where it had been a while, a few years, since the Daughters of Sorakel have declared Dram as their own, and the Relish forces had withdrawn. And news came across that the once Relish town of Greywall, now occupied by the Dramish, was being headed up by a mind flayer, an illithid, by the name of Jorchalik. You know that historically, mind flayers and illithids, mind flayers are associated with the Dalkir. But it appears that the Daughters of Sorakel had struck some bargain with him, and he was governing this town of Greywall for the Sisters of Sorakel. And supposedly doing quite a good job of it. The correspondence, the content of the correspondence itself, just seems to be like something of a mentor from Jorchalik to Belzen Core. They spoke in a tone like old friends. It was almost like a pen pals kind of thing. Like, how you doing? You know, I'm doing good. I've been promoted to foreman of the gristmill. Congratulations, my student, and so on. But there is not really any mention of Oren or his operations in the correspondence, at least not in
Not
the... You haven't translated all of it yet, not in the parts that you've translated. There's still further papers.
We. Cool.
Alice, over at the House Beneath Enclave. You head over with Parker. You enter the courtyard once again. Also, Mark, this is the crest hanging above the gate when you enter as well. I forgot about this earlier.
Beautiful. Fills me with pride. But not really. It's this weird feeling when she sees that crest. It's like it's a mix of like trying to hide how I feel about it because of the influence of her parents. It's a very strange feeling. It's like one of those things where you see and you're like, yeah, I'm part of this, but also at the same time you've got that nagging feeling in the back of your head. It's like, no, you're meant to hide this. And so she's got this broken idea of, trying to figure it out. Yeah, but I mean, she deserves to be here in her mind. Anyway.
You enter the courtyard with Parker. He leads you over to the sparring area. He has a few words with some of the sentinels hanging around. Approaches you. He's like, well, may as well look like we got blend in. He unsheathes his sword and turns to you. He's like, let's have at it then.
Alright, she'll draw her rapier, pull out her shield, and get in a combat stance. Well, actually, no. She doesn't pull out a rapier. She puts her right hand to her side and casts Shadow Blade. That's what she mainly fights with now. Ignore the damage.
Yeah. I can't say I'm too keen on the seals in the background of this ambience.
When we're in the pub, there was a random person every like 4 or 5 minutes just sneezing. I was like, the fuck is that? I was like, wait a minute, the scene is like, she's having this moment where she's mildly drunk trying to talk to her mentor's friend, and you just be occasionally like, Hush! Fuck, think of COVID, come on. Anyway.
We're gonna switch to Fishing Village from Icebound Town, much better. Alright, you conjure your Shadow Blade. He sort of like smirks a little. He's like, well, that's not really fair, is it?
Well, you are like twice the size of me.
Alright. Well,
the idea is not to hit you, it's just to get close, is it not? I didn't know we were going full-on brawl.
Oh, show me what you got.
Well, alright then. She'll make an attack against him.
Alright, what's that? That's fucking 14 psychic damage. Alright. Yeah, you see, you just wreck him. He lunges at you. You step to the side.
Yeah,
I know. You step to the side and just slash, like the Shadow Blade just passes clean through him. He turns around and it's like, you see him like holding himself like upright, like stoically, but just like a little bit of blood like trickles out of one of his ears, and he's like, not bad. Not bad.
She doesn't falter. It's like battle time. She's like watching him.
But how's your footwork?
Hmm.
He makes his own attack, which is at disadvantage.
Yes, it is.
Oh. You got a critical hit and a normal hit. You take. I
cast shield.
Well, you don't really take damage from it. But it's.
I know, but I'm showing. But it's how Alice would fight. She would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. You cast shield. What's that take your AC to?
+5, so that's a 24.
24. Yeah. You cast shield and like explode it off. There's like there's an explosion of sparks as his blow like gets knocked aside. He sort of like collects himself and he's. All right, one more time.
All right. She'll make an attack. Oh, yuck!
You sort of swing a little bit too overconfidently and falter, and he sort of like knees you in the stomach, and, like throws you behind him. It's like- You got skill, Alice, but overconfident.
I have been told that.
Never underestimate your opponents.
Just kind of rolls her eyes just a little bit.
Heads up.
She turns around.
You see, there is 4 lions coming through the gate. They're fully armored, weapons sheathed, but they seem to be, coming in with a very air of, we own the place. What's going on here? All the sentinels standing around just seem to be looking over and watching them sort of like walk past. Good morning, me lords. Yes, good morning. Here to check
Alice
on
will dispel her blade.
one dragon marked heir that was feeling a little distressed at the train station yesterday. Yeah, that's this is her here.
That is me.
Yes. Tell me, how's the psychosis today?
A little bit. No, I'm kidding. Much better. I irrational fear of insects, and that kind of put me in a, in a frenzied state. Didn't sleep well the night after, and lo and behold, wake up with a bit of brain trauma, I guess you could say. But suck out the correct help, and I'm now well.
Right. Well, very good. Sorry for any inconvenience. Understandably, we.
No. Sorry for any discretion on my part.
All right, leave you to it then. Good day.
Good day.
Parker sort of steps next to you and sheathes his sword, and he's like, much better, much more subtle.
Alice, not even thinking about this, turns to Parker. Parker, do they hold records of all House Daenerys members here? Even disgraced ones?
They'd have some records here, but it would be more locally focused, you could say. The house headquarters is not far from here, city named Atur.
When our
Why?
business is done here in town, I might want to visit there. See if I can find out what happened with my grandfather. Why he got rid of his name.
Alice, yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Come on, let's go.
Because she's looking around now, and she's like watching all these other people fighting and protecting. I can see people in pairs. Every now and again, one of them steps in front of the other person to take a blow that would fall to the other one, and like watching all these like attacks and fights, and realizes she doesn't fight anything close to these people. Like, she's a lot more magic focused than a lot of these guys and females. But she feels like almost at home here. It's like this is like, for years she's felt bad about hiding herself for her parents, but like, here she feels at home. This militaristic, regiment, this whole soldier aspect. It's given her a newfound pride in her mark.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah, sorry. Let's just leave.
I have to go meet with someone.
Right, yes.
Guy that's
I'll,
slipping me info about the bodies. I'll meet you back at the tavern.
Yeah, okay, certainly. I'll be there, waiting.
And he leaves. Do you just head straight back to the tavern?
Yeah. I'll mosey on to the tavern.
Alright, so you arrive back, probably around the same time Rook and Ronan return. You find Zero poring over his flesh book in the corner.
Sarah?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just greeting you. Sitting down. How are we going with the investigation process?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we don't really have any leads right now on what's going on here, but I did start translating. And those writings we found from Foreman's Hut in Vralkek.
Yes.
Yeah, and Zero will like show Alice his kind of current translations.
She puts out her hand, just turns it round, and starts reading. And what's the ongoing theory at the moment?
I don't know. I don't have enough pieces yet.
Fair enough.
I feel like though that so we've encountered this group before, right? The ones who murdered murdered the family.
Mm-hmm.
The sigil mural thing on the wall. We've seen that before.
Right.
We met. They were in Shan, where they tried to disrupt the manifest zone under the city, and then I'm pretty sure they murdered Brooke's adopted father.
Right.
And now they're here, and I think, well, they tortured that family until they would give up the location of whatever it was that was in that chest that they took. Hopefully, Parker can get us in to the morgue where those bodies are, and then I can talk to them, and we might be able to glean some more information from them.
He's talking to his contact at the moment. He just left.
Good. Otherwise, I think we just should keep a low profile. We don't want Oren to know that we're here.
Right, yes. Sarah, I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
Actually, two things. First of all, your dragon mark. How do you feel about it? Is it positive for you?
You know, for a long time, I, you know, tried to distance myself from that part of my life. You know, went through some things, and it really kind of shook me to the core. And so for a while, I tried to push that aside. But recently, I've found my way again, as it were. And so I've, you know, accepted that, you know, that's who I am. That's, you know, for better or for worse.
Understandable. Second question. Do you know how to cut hair?
Not well, as you can see.
She kind of laughs a little bit. Well,
Ronan does a pretty good job, though.
Alright, I'll have to ask him when he gets back. I just need a little bit of a trim on the back.
Yeah, he gets his little short blade out. He's very precise.
She laughs a little bit. It's like, all right, as long as you can like keep the most of the full. It's just yeah, bringing. I think it's time I bring up the level.
Yeah,
Have
well,
it
I mean,
less-
you're
have it
certainly not going to
less
pass
down.
yourself off as some kind of highborn, uppity person. That arrangement.
Well, no, it's more that it's like down to my arse now, so I wouldn't mind cutting it, you know, back up towards the neck. That is a joke. It's not down to her ass. But no, bring it up a level so it's a little bit higher.
Yeah, well, I'm sure Ronan would be happy to oblige.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait for him.
Ronan and Rook arrive back. Rook with a shiny new shield.
Look what I found, fellas.
Where'd you find that?
Well, I mean, I
In a
bought it,
store with an expensive price tag attached to it, no doubt.
but I feel like it's worth it, right?
What is it?
It's a shield.
Shield, Alice.
Yeah, I know, but is it magical? Is it got extra effects?
Yeah, I mean, look at it. It's all shiny and sparkly and whatnot.
Sure. Ronan,
Yes.
I heard that you're an excellent hair cutter.
No. I'm good at cutting things though.
We could give it a go.
Zero
I
gives
can,
you the thumbs up.
I can try and make you some hair-specific tools if you like.
Ronan's
barber's
finally
tools.
found his purpose in life. He's like, I want to cut
It's-
and style
it's to-
hair.
It's to maintain Alice's mullet. That is
Look,
your
if,
life goal now.
if you tell him what to do, then he'll give it a go, but no promises.
Alice is literally just after a trim, so that it no longer hides her dragon mark.
So, okay, I will.
So,
Do you want to roll for it?
Yeah, roll dexterity
It's
check.
gonna be like the pimple-faced kid from The Simpsons when he cuts Butt's hair and he's like, "Oh no, I did it again!"
Please roll high.
Thanks, son.
Come on, roll
Next check.
low.
There, that's not bad. That's not bad.
it's not bad.
It's crude.
For like
He
basically a straight cut.
just,
Yeah.
He grabs your entire mullet and just runs his wakizashi underneath it. It's just like.
Hey,
She
it's
puts her
clean.
head. Yeah, she puts her hair through it, mushes it out.
You look like
And yeah,
Jamie
you
Lee
can
Curtis.
I'm looking this up now.
I can feel that vibe.
Oh, really? Is it that how much she cut off? He cut off the back.
No,
of her
no,
neck?
but like with her hair slightly longer.
Hmm.
True lies,
Okay.
True lies, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Because it
Oh.
was originally okay. Hold on,
Hey.
True Lies.
Peak Jerry Lee Curtis.
The helicopter, sure. Yeah, no. Yeah, I can dig that. All right. Because before it was very David Hasselhoff throughout his career in the 80s,
Yeah.
and now it's Jamie Lee Curtis. From cutting one small part of the back of her hair, it's now become Jamie Lee Curtis. But yeah, I'm happy.
Right, Parker arrives about an hour later. Right, so I spoke to my contact. Bodies are being moved to crematorium. Apparently,
Have been or will be.
will be. They haven't been yet, but apparently that wasn't the preference. It was supposed to be a casket job, but they're so badly butchered that more efficient to burn them. But there will be an opportunity for you to view them. It may take a little bit of espionage.
Of course, you know. When has it ever not required espionage?
Well, alright. When can we go over and investigate?
Well, they're supposed to be headed to the crematorium later today.
Are we able to leave now? And go?
Funeral is day after tomorrow, so I assume they'll be getting the torch tomorrow.
So wait till tonight then. Crematorium will probably have less guards around it than possibly the morgue.
Well, maybe not.
Yeah, I suppose.
What do you
But
think,
doing-
Parker? I think it would be preferable to kind of go. Yeah, I don't know.
Because at night at least we'll have the cover of darkness.
Your contact, Parker. Is it someone who works at the morgue?
No. Another old war buddy. He's a lion.
Right. Could he get us in there to see the bodies?
I mean, like,
If we,
a legitimate viewing?
or if we inferred that we were there in some official capacity?
Possibility. You've got a cover story.
I mean,
I'll
do we need a cover story?
Well, if they're going to ask us what official capacity you're there in, what are you
Well,
gonna
I mean,
tell
it seems to me like this is a sort of city where you don't ask questions when people tell you they're there on official business. You know, with like all the guard patrols and whatnot. Seems like the rule of law is very uncompromising.
Well, I don't even know if the security at crematorium is going to be that hard, to be honest.
Well, what do you guys think?
I don't think it's a good idea for me to come up with ideas for espionage.
Well, no.
Yeah.
You think it will be? What do you think? Do we try to go now and pretend that we are
I mean, what's the worst
officials
that can happen if we
investigating
go
this,
now?
or do we
Like,
go to the crematorium?
if we go now, what like we get kicked out if they don't want us there, right? I feel like
Sure.
that's not a huge risk to take.
Yeah, but I mean, who knows how they act here? Plus, I'd prefer to be out in public as little as possible. We never know when Oren
Yeah.
might be watching.
That's a good point. The only problem with going in later is we might not actually get to find a way or whatever.
That's true. Alright, well, I think we should go now.
I agree.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Alright. Well, Parker gives you directions. It is in the sort of on the border of the community ward and the commerce ward. You head across town. You see it is it's pretty much what you expect. A rather industrial-looking brick building, sort of with the same architecture symmetry as most of the other buildings in town, with a large chimney. It seems to be spouting dark smoke into the air. You enter.
Not right away.
Yeah. let's go.
Okay, so let's make sure we're all on the same page here. First of all, do we all need to go in? We're not exactly the most innocuous crew.
I mean, we should have at least two of us in there, right?
I mean,
Well-
Alice, you can make people invisible, right?
Well, that was my plan. Maybe myself and Ronan to become invisible.
Well, I was thinking you and the kid.
Yeah.
Like, Ronan, I
Hey,
can
you-
pass off as my bodyguard.
That's fair.
All right. She puts her hand on on Rook's shoulder and casts invisibility. Wait, where are we right now before we do that?
You might want to duck into a corner or something, but yeah.
Yeah, we duck into a corner and then we come out, but you don't see that.
Zero cast see invisibility.
Okay, you see Alice literally
Keep an
about
eye
to
on you
push your
guys.
finger with her finger, and she's like coming in.
Ugh.
Zero just like slowly moves out of the way.
Right, yes, no, we're here.
Wait, can invisible creatures see themselves?
No.
Oh my god,
No, you wouldn't be able to see.
Ah.
you
been
can't see
invisible
yourself. What?
I will also cast see invisibility.
What, just to see yourself?
Surely you'd
And
be able to
Alice.
see yourself,
okay.
right?
I don't
But he
know.
wouldn't be able to see Alice.
Never come up.
I wouldn't think so. Like, it's that whole thing of like walking around in the dark, right? You kind of have a sense of where your body is, but also where it isn't. You know, you're so used to the weight of your body and where you see your hands move. Like, you can still instinctively move your hand in such a way and predict where it is.
Here we go.
I would say
there is an answer for it on Sage Advice.
Yeah.
Did you see yourself when invisible? Here we go from Jeremy Crawford. You
Wait,
can't.
is this for real life or D&D?
This is for D&D. This
Yeah.
is like Jeremy Crawford,
Okay.
one of the D&D guys, like one of the Wizards guys. You can't see yourself while you're invisible unless you're under the effect of a game feature that says you can. So there you go.
There you go. I will cast see invisibility. Because this is the first time that
Plus,
Alice
this
has
means you
cast
can see
invisibility.
Alice as well.
Yeah. And I don't think Rook is a fan of it.
Because yeah, if you can't see yourself, yeah, well, you guys could run the very real chance of walking into each other, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Just hold hands.
Is
Yeah.
is C invisibility concentration though?
Nope.
Well, you find it.
Plus, I'm not concentrating.
I am.
That's true.
Alice is.
Cool. All right. What's the next step, Zero?
All right, Ronan, let's go.
Let's go.
And Alice and Rick will go holding hands.
I'm gonna turn to Alice and be like,
She can't see you.
I know.
Remember,
I don't think
my
Rook
paper's
is.
name is Onyx. What's your paper's
She
name?
feels wind blowing blowing and hitting her face.
His fake name is Paris.
Harris.
Oh, Harris. Sorry.
Alright. Harris. Alright, okay.
I have forgotten my fake name.
Mine is
Luckily, you
Jimmy-
shouldn't need
Jimmy
it.
DeLore.
Alright, you enter. There's a bored-looking woman sitting behind a clerk's desk as you walk in. She's got hair tied back in a tight bun. She's like leaning back on her chair, just kind of like twirling a pen round in her a quill round in her hands. Yes, hello. How can I help you?
Yeah, whatever type. It's the afternoon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Good afternoon. I'm here to. My name is Harris Demadani, and he Zero holds up his fake ID papers. I'm here on official business from the house. Here to see the bodies of the. What is it? What were they called?
Irvon Lark.
Irvon Lark. Here to see the bodies of the Irvon Lark victims.
Oh yes, sure. You'll just have to clear it with the doctor. Door on the left there. Follow the cackling.
Thank you.
You head down the hallway. You do indeed hear cackling coming from a room up ahead. You feel the air sort of getting hotter as you walk up the hallway, and just the smell.
Those are terrible conditions for bodies.
Start to smell. You get the scent of like burning hair and skin wafting out. Every now and then you see a flash of light come out of the room, and you hear just a voice like, ah! And there's like another flash of and like this whoosh of a flame inside.
Zero just like, yeah, slowly turns to look at Ronan. It's like, what the fuck? I'll knock on the door.
Yes, come in. What's it? Oh, terribly sorry. I thought it was my secretary there.
That's quite alright.
a man turns around with like soot covered, like a grey apron covered in soot, and like he's pulling like a pair of goggles back, also covered in soot. He seemed to have been like pointing his hands into like a hole in the side of a furnace. And he sort of like withdraws them, and you see he's holding a wand. He's got the trademark burns on his hands of a one slinger, or at least an ex-military one slinger. It's like, oh, sorry. He sort of, like holsters his wand, and takes his gloves off. He's like, yes, how can I help you? He walks over and like holds out a like this hand. It has like a strange like twitch to it as he holds his hand out.
Cyril shake his. Hello, Doctor.
Dr. Larix.
Dr. Larix. I'm here from the House Dimadani Enclave in Shan. And I would like to see the Irvon Lark victim bodies, please.
Just scratches his head. Recall them saying, "We're sending detectives over."
Yes, well, we don't really want to advertise that we're seeing connections to the case over yet.
Roll a deception check.
And, like, while still like shaking his hand, Zero's like, and I hope I can count on your discretion.
Also, you've been given a... Lucky I'm telling you this now. You've been given an inspiration dice a few minutes ago by Scott. I forgot to tell you.
Roll that shit.
No, I didn't.
You did?
Scott
well.
gave it to a town guard.
Yeah, but I gave it to you.
Can I retroactively?
Yeah. Apply it.
Meta.
Thank you, Scott.
Oh, of course. Lucky you got here. I'm ahead of schedule. I was planning on giving them the old, woof. Yeah, you know. Sorry. Little joke.
Yes, quite.
Alright, follow me. He leads you into the next room, and there's an array of the old drawer in the wall morgue setup. But minus the sliding cabinet sort of thing. He opens one up, and it's no refrigeration at all, just the old gentle repose spell.
No.
And he's sort of must be Tensor's floating disc powered or something, because the body just sort of hovers out on its own. He's like, right, well, here's one of them, one of the children, I believe. The adults are in worse condition. It's a lot sloppier. But here, and here. He points out 5 other drawers.
Yep.
I have to get back to what I was doing. I'll leave you to it, I guess.
Of course, yeah. Don't let Onyx and I will be quite fine here. Thank you.
That's right. Yes, very good.
I was just gonna walk over and investigate.
Thank you, Doctor.
Corpse. $13.
Alright. Would you like to do the same, Sarah?
I want to just open them up and check them all until I find the patriarch.
Okay. So you find...
And then I'm gonna.
Yeah, go on.
No, sorry.
No, go. Make your roll, and yeah. So you check. All the bodies seem to be in various states of butchery. You eventually. They are labeled on the drawers, and you do find Von Lark's body. You pull it out, and it seems to be particularly eviscerated.
Mutilated.
It looks like. Roll your investigation check.
Oh, I wasn't gonna do one.
Oh, you probably want to.
Okay. Okay, well, maybe I will.
Oh! Oh, shit!
How's 29?
Perfect roll. All right.
29. Fuck.
All right. What do you want to do?
Well, first of all, what was he... Wait. Yeah, what was he killed by? Or tortured with?
All right. So
As
he's
far as I can tell, like, was it like a bladed weapon, or was he... like, was he sliced, stabbed? Was he just, like, torn apart?
it looks like a bit of everything. Like he is just heavily just flayed. Just like his torso is just torn open. It looks like whoever killed him either did it in rage or it make it particularly, you know, unpleasant, or just to make it just as terrible as possible. Like he pissed someone off.
Do I notice, like, are there any organs missing or anything?
Right.
Or anything else, like, odd in that sort of way? Other than his just kind of general, yeah, evisceration?
Alright, so since you rolled a god tier investigation check while you're checking over the organs, nothing seems to be missing. But you do notice a strange bulge sticking out of the side of his stomach.
Scott called it. Yep. Ronan.
Yes.
Can you slice this open, please? Be careful. There's something underneath there. Zero kind of like traces it out on his body.
Oh, give it a go.
Dex check again, Josh.
No,
Or just wanna cut it?
no check required. It's fine.
Excellent. I cut it. Then Ronan cuts it.
Yeah, Rodin, to make an incision into the stomach. Slices it open. Sort of like peel it back a little, and inside there seems to be a folded up piece of parchment, remarkably preserved considering where it was. You
Does it
unfold
say?
You unfold it. As you do, it seems to be like hydrophobic, and it's like hasn't absorbed a single bit of blood. You've heard of this kind of stationery before. It's just magic. It's enchanted stationery designed to be, you know, weatherproof, waterproof, in case like ascending, you know, gets caught in violent weather. You unfold it. There is 2 words that seem to have been scribbled in extreme haste. It says Mordane's Legacy.
Okay. Mordain. History check.
Go for it.
Don't we know a Mordain?
Yeah. Zero's gonna rack his brains. Where have I heard the name Mordain before?
Wasn't he?
You recall a story about a wizard from House Fialan by the name of Mordain de Fialan, who was expelled from the the organization, the 12, for some grievance he had committed within the tower. That's all you know.
Alright. Does this guy still have a head?
He does, yes.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Speak with Dead on him.
Oh,
Wasn't thinking about that.
Damn.
Alright, so
Wakey.
the head,
Eggs and bakey.
seen better days. It's got like this strange ritualistic carvings like carved into the forehead. The tongue was just like hanging out as it was laying sideways on the tray. The eyes are milky white. You cast your Speak with Dead. You begin burning some incense. You make the incantation, and there's a few seconds of silence, and then all of a sudden the tongue snaps back into the mouth, and the jaw claps shut. The milky white eyes sort of glance to the side to look up at you.
I hold up the note, like in front of him, that he's written. What does this mean?
After Mordane's legacy.
What is Mordane's legacy?
Catacombs beneath a city.
Who was after this? Who?
1 second. The transcendent flesh.
These people, they took something from that hidden chest in the wine cellar of your house. What was it? What was hidden there?
Maps of the city below. Tunnels.
Korth, fucking
Sewage. Aqueducts. Morden's legacy.
shit. What else do you know about the transcendent flesh? The people who murdered you?
The eyes sort of like focuses on yours. The pupils begin to dilate as it utters its last answer. Yeah.
Fuck.
It exhales one last time. The tongue just flops out again.
Zero just turns to look at Ronan. He's like, shit.
Yeah. Man, I hate when you do that.
It's a bit strange.
Zero points at Alice. He's like, we're not supposed to be here.
Still weird.
Well,
Or,
should we get out of here before someone notices us?
yeah. Ronan, can you your little surgical cut here?
Yeah.
Can you make that a bit messier, please, and then push the body back.
Sure.
And then cuts it up.
Let's go.
There's a book.
As you head back through the crematorium room, seems to be the doctor's busy like pointing his wand into the hole in the side of the furnace, unleashing firebolt inside.
I don't bother him. Oh,
He just sort of like turns his head to look at you through his soot like covered goggles. He's like, "All good."
Thank you, Doctor.
Mum's
Turns
the
out,
word.
oh well, it turns out our concerns were unfounded. Came all this way for nothing. But you know, it's House Madani's paying for the trip, so free lightning rail here and back.
Oh well, have fun.
I know you will. And he zero leave.
Right, you guys leave the crematorium. Head back towards the tavern to consolidate yourselves, and we might call it a night there.
Oh my god, this whole city could be compromised.
Oh boy.
Yeah, could.
Keyword.
Zero's gonna cast Purify Food and Drink on everything he eats here from now on.
And Alice will eat it.